Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Tuesday. Tuesday is request day. Today's map was requested by the creator over on Patreon. Yes, we have a BonBon buddy today. And it's kind of nice. It's part of a series, and now you don't have to have played any of the maps in this series to be able to enjoy this one. Much as, does anybody remember D-Hex's maps at Kings Valley and Queen's Bay? Marvellous they were. They kind of pushed together like a jigsaw, sort of. So you could put two computers running side by side and it's sort of, yeah, you know what I mean. So anyway, yeah, you don't actually have to have played any of the maps. Stands on its own. Pretty good gameplay in today's map. But before we have a look at the map, I have a little job for you. I do. Can you guess what it is? That's right, I am absolutely gasping for a cup of coffee, so if you don't mind, I'm waiting. Today's map is Labonga Nentaba, Yada Empire by CesTheBeast. CesTheBeast. Now, see that thumbnail? We've got some lovely nighttime lights. I kind of wish I'd looked at this at night view, but I forgot. Anyway, there's your start square, perfect. Yeah, perfect amount of land there. Then we have the terrain heights, which show us we're in a valley. So again, lots of river building going on here. And then resources, absolutely lovely. Nice little spread going on there. Really good. Don't know what more to say. How about let's have a look at this shipping. No, the fishing. If you've got Sunset Harbour, all of it is there, including a big chunk of tuna. Like chunky tuna. Off to the workshop, what do we need? Now, mass transit you will need. Park life, highly recommended by the creator. I didn't see a whole lot that was really required park life, but there you go. The generic tree pack is there. We're using the temperate blue-green water theme by Mr. Miyagi and the colourful summer day LUT, which I know we've never used before because I had to subscribe to it. Okay, let's start off. I'm going to be a little bit grumbly on today's show. Okay, just deal with me, okay, on this one. Deal with me, because I want Ces to get better. So first of all, it comes in, we've got this bridge here, it's just a little bit bouncy, Then we come down to ground over here, and I think I would have liked the land to be a little bit more elevated where it came in, rather than being an elevated road, sort of like an embankment to meet it. I think that I would have preferred that. I was toying with actually doing the work on camera, but then I realised how long the show was getting, and we're not going to be doing that today. Nice intersection here, like this, like the tree detailing in the middle. It's about the only place you see that colour of green on the map, and it kind of stands out because of it. Now, little grumble here. We've got 2 lanes merging into a 2-lane, merging into a 3-lane. I'm okay with that, makes sense. And this bridge is big and strong. We do have shipping going through it. 1 or 2 little grumbles, like we've got a little bit of a, the ramp elevation here drops down a little bit on the elevation, so I'd like to see that. If I grab both of those, just elevated just a little bit. This is a quick job. Again, I would spend a lot more time on it myself. In fact, I would extend the ramp a little bit further. The whole thing's a little too steep for me, but I would probably drop this one down just a fraction, maybe up a little bit more, but a little bit more tweaking required. But I think that is a more pleasing shape than the shape that we had before. Anyway, the bridge is fine. It's strong, it's bold, and then we come off the bridge. We go down from 3 lanes down to 2 lane, and then we go down to elevated national road onto a national road bridge. Now, if we're going down to a 1 lane, why are we at 3 lane across here? I think that's an overkill bridge. I would have been quite happy with just national road all the way, I think, personally. So anyway, yeah, that's. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there's a thought process. Remember, this is a fictional kind of location. Well, of course, it's fictional. They all are. But this is a fictional kind of map, and so there's probably a backstory as to why that has multiple lanes there. Over the other side, we've got the rail. See, we've got a little bit of an incline. Didn't really need to go up in the air with the rail there. The road. It's fine actually. It's a long elevated stretch, but it does kind of work. No real grumbles there. Now, another little observation coming up here. Again, this is, I mean, you're not going to mark down the map for this one. It's an observation rather than a problem. And see here, we've got this little rest area with like 2 lanes for parking, I guess. But note that the second lane is actually, it's a 2-way road here. So we could have, in theory, have traffic driving back on itself along there. Yeah, just the 2-lane road would have been better than a 1-way, a 1-lane 2-way road. Yeah, I think you're with me. God, I hope you're with me. This is your fault. I did ask for coffee, and my brain is not triggering just yet, and I've got a whole day of work ahead of me. I'm recording this good and early today, good and early. Okay, the road here, it looks a bit bouncy, but actually it's fine. It looks real. I'm okay with it. That it is following the terrain. There's a equidistant going along the median, more or less. A little bit of drift here and there, a little bit of wibble there, but it's minor, and I believe it. Trumpet intersection here. Now, remember, we're using mass transit. We have got the 2 lanes. So where we got 3 lanes merging into 6 lanes there, we could have gone into maybe 2 and 2. Have the up and over as a 2-lane. I mean, there are options. I'm not saying that's exactly what I would do, but it's something. I don't think the 3 lanes into 6 was going to work that well. 6 lanes into 3 even. Anyway, potential start location over there, that's fine. And then we got another big old bridge, and notice how the ramps just drift off to the left before getting onto the bridges. The whole thing could be aligned a little bit better. Now, I do have a few other observations with this bridge. Looks okay at first glance, doesn't it, do you think? Yeah, maybe? Does anybody notice the foreshortening? Did you notice the foreshortening? Look, see? Foreshortening. At this end, it's definitely foreshortened than from this end. Like over here, look, there you go. The suspension at that end, look at how wide that is there, okay? And then we go down to the other end and have a look at how short that one is. But look at the gaps between the pillars. They get wider. There's medium, there's a middle-sized one, and there's a daddy-sized bear. Look at that. It just slowly stretches out, and I don't really like it that much. It's not really the worst problem in the world, but I don't really like it that much. Intersection here, I like this. Obviously plopped, very clean and tidy. 1 or 2 minor issues like street light clipping. Yeah, always a street light clipping. Always the street light clipping. And we're into Start Square territory, which means we can take the time to have a look at some of Spence's best work. It's the brick substation functional by, well, Spence. And not just Spence, it's Spence ! Because there is only one Spence. Okay, factoids because factoids, let's do it. Now, this one is, where are we? Yeah, got it. Thomas Beddoes, the macabre English writer, was born on this date, the 30th of June in 1803. He wrote the gruesome Death's Jest book, and in 1849 he ended his life in an appropriate style by committing suicide. And that's kind of the only way to end your own life, isn't it? By committing suicide. That leaves me thinking, how? I don't really want to know. Anyway, Thomas Beddoes, born today on this date in 1803. The brick substation functional. It is functional. And it's brick. I love the texture work here. Look at the ivy going on. That is amazing. Absolutely. I want. How do you get hold of all this workshop content? Anybody know? And in case you were wondering, you go to the workshop and you click subscribe. And then you just make sure it's enabled in the content manager. Now you may notice we have some power lines. And the power lines indicate that the Start Square is indeed powered. So that's something to get you started, save you a few dollars or Skylines pounds, nuggets. What is the credits? I don't really know. It's been so long since I played the money game. Nice intersection here and elevated section here. This road here does convert to a toll road. It goes a route that I could buy into there being a toll road, actually. It's kind of down to a park type area. We'll go down that way in a moment. And this heads off now roughly towards the edge of the map. And what we'll do, the edge of the map, it's going to be encased in fog, so I don't really mind weird stuff going on the edge of the map. But there's quite a bit of time and effort being spent on this weird stuff that makes me think it is important. I don't get it. Nodes and segments being used for a reason that I don't really understand. Anyway, we do have the dirt track crossing over the rail. Now the rail again, what is going on? This is obviously necessary to the story, because there are other ways of doing that much cleaner. I don't get it. Anyway, that rail goes off to the start square. It dead ends at the start square. We'll follow this route because this one does not dead end at the start square, and we'll go somewhere quite impactful or incidentful. There you go, we'll go incidentful. So first incident will be a tree on the line. It's the only one I found, so you can shrug that one off. We all make mistakes and we all miss something, and that was one thing. Like today's review, there is something that I missed in the review, and I won't have a chance to add it because I'm at the voice narration section. Anyway, we have here the shrine to the fallen gun posts. I don't really know. And what's going on down here at the water's edge? I don't really know what's going on there. But anyway, you saw the power. We got a water tower. We've got sewage pumping. And we have got rail lines running through here. Now, we will come back to here a little bit later on to have a look at the water. A little bit of an incline on the rail, but it is a fantasy map. But I would suggest based in realism, and I'd like to see it just a little bit more believable rather than that sharp incline. A bit of a sharp decline going on down here as well. Not the worst, but it is indeed very visibly going down the hill, and visibly going down the hill. If you can see it, if you can spot it, then you'll notice it. Clearly, does that state the blinking obvious, BonBonB? Rail over the. This is okay. This is fine, and off the edge of the map here. Now, we'll have some shipping in a minute. So, all I'm going to say is don't forget to come back in 20 seconds for the shipping.
Very few maps achieve the coveted all-star status. 5 stars for aesthetic, detail, and gameplay potential. To see them all in the all-star playlist, click the button now.
Okay, shipping. We have shipping. We have a route that comes in this way past the Essential Lighthouse. The Essential Lighthouse. And then we have another route that goes up the rivers, up through the middle of the map, which is going to be good for gameplay. I'm going to say that. And, it doesn't go right the way through, which is useful because it means we don't have shipping running right the way through the map when you don't want shipping. So you can get shipping to any part of your river, any part you like. Maybe wanted that a bit more centre, possibly. Not that it's always an issue. You know, you go where the deepest water is, I guess. And apparently the deepest water is through there. So anyway, yeah, off the edge of the map, and we'll have a look at the water flow. And there is water flow. You might have spotted a little bit of downstream going on here. So yeah, downstream is the way we go. Through Start Square area. Yeah, good and strong. You'll also notice that we have, in the Start Square area, pipes. And yes, we've already seen that connects up with that little that area. And hang on a second, we're going the wrong way. We're going the wrong way. It also comes up here as well if you want to start building in that area. Okay, now features and stuff, and there's some stuff we won't be covering because I forgot, but this little fantasy water spawn area, I could buy into it. A little bit of a drowned tree going on there. I could buy into this. I will say that I'd like to have seen possibly some custom rocks, because the vanilla rocks down here, they're holding the water back. Maybe that's intended, but the water is flowing. Where the hell is it going to? I'd like to have seen some water spawn points here and here. Maybe just doing some setting here, here and here, and but obviously with the vanilla rocks, it's going to be glitchy, and you're going to get that. So a couple of the water-friendly rocks off of the workshop, and that would have probably looked really, really nice. Unfortunately, it didn't look anything great, and I haven't really added anything to it. So we've got this river here. Now this elevated section here. Now note the level that it starts elevating here, and the ground drops away, but also the elevation drops down a little bit as well to about there, and then it starts inclining again. So I'd like to see it leveled out all the way. But this is being really picky here, guys. Okay, there's nothing really that wrong with this, but I'd like to see it leveled out. The actual bridge itself, I think possibly I'd rather it had not been suspension bridge all the way across and just been an elevated bridge all the way across, but that would be fine. And then it goes down the ground and then it elevates up here. I'm just thinking, would I have liked it to be elevated all the way? I think possibly yes. I think possibly yes on this one for the distance that it goes, because it comes down from quite a high. I reckon elevated all the way might have been a shout. Possibly. Okay, what more is going on? Loads, like rivers. We've got a lot of little rivers and stuff. Got to be honest with you, some of them struggle. This one struggles. This one is a bit stop-start, you can see here. The game has been running for quite some time, so it has had a chance to sort itself out. So that one is a stop-start river. This one isn't too bad. This one isn't too bad. It's an interesting shape. I mean, realism, yeah, maybe not with that little crossover point there, but it's aesthetic. It's really quite nice. And we've got some interesting spawn points up in the mountains. Fantasy spawn points. Don't mind this. This is absolutely fine by me on this particular map. On a realistic map, but I would say less so. Now, this water does a trickle down to a lake that doesn't go anywhere. It should overflow. Don't know where it's going, and we've got some stop-start water as well. The whole of this here is, for me, a bit of a struggle. And it's not the only place on the map where we have water that should go somewhere but doesn't. Maybe there's a massive underground lake somewhere. We've got another one over here, but rather than the actual lake that you saw, look at this water here. It's all pouring in this way, and obviously there's a water spawn point there collecting it. And we've got the outflow here, so obviously it's going to collect that, but look, it's going the other way. That is actually upstream from the outflow. So it's going to be a good place to deal with your water here, but honestly, everybody's favourite factories, I forgot to say. Where is that supposed to be going? It doesn't look believable to me. And we've got another one of these pools here. At least the water from this one looks good and strong and non-glitchy. So yeah, we've got a few issues. There's also a couple of places, like there's one place where the water flows into the main river. By the way, nice terrain work, okay? There's a couple of places where the water is flowing into a main river, and it just doesn't look realistic where it's flowing in. Unfortunately, I haven't captured that footage. Anyway, what? I think we're about done. I think we'll look around here for... Oh, now these two little lakes here, they're actually lower than the river. So you can see the water pouring in. Now, the balance here is excellent. There's no spawn points here maintaining these levels. The levels maintain themselves through evaporation. That is either very lucky or outstanding work. I'm going to give credit, because look at the water pouring in there. Honestly, there's no spawn point in there maintaining these levels. I don't know whether I'm impressed or in shock. Anyway, your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. It's the last one of the month, so it's the last chance to get this in as a favourite map. Okay, aesthetically, what do I think? I really want to give this 4 stars. I like the overall feel, the overall vibe, the terrain work. I like it. But it doesn't feel like a 4-star map. I'm going to go high 3. But I feel I'm cutting something here, and I don't know what. High 3 for aesthetics. Detailing. Okay, I moaned a hell of a lot about detailing today. A hell of a lot. It's not that bad at all. Again, though, I'm struggling to think why it would get a fifth star. Why would it get a 5th star? I don't know why it would get a 4th star, but it's a 3. It's a 3 stars. Gameplay. I think this is very playable. I like this. I would play this happily. I'm going to give this a strong 4 stars for gameplay. A proper player's map, this one. So, Labonga Nentaba Yada Empire by CesTheBeast. That's a really very solid map with a lot of playability built into it. I don't know why you wouldn't want to play that map. yeah, unless you haven't got the time to be messing around with just fixing the little bits of detailing that you're not most happy with. So anyway, we're at the end of another show, which means if you're still watching this, you are in the 20 and out elite. For 100 population points, let me know your current population, and do include today's 100. But don't tell anybody where you've got your population from. Just say, my population is 100, because I've just started today. Thanks for watching.